A new study claiming that spending excess time on your smartphone could lead to mouth pain, teeth grinding, sleep issues as well. Participants using devices excessively felt a higher level of stress. Many feel dependent on their phones and feared missing the next thing on social media. That's not my particular issue.
So, 6 degrees today. Try that again. 6 degrees today. A little bit better. It's overcast, there's no sun, so it still feels kind of chilly, but I got my jacket on today instead of my winter coat. It's supposed to be 9 tomorrow. As far as precipitation goes, I didn't really pay attention. So if it's all good, then I'm gonna go do my trip tomorrow. That's my plan. Put my fender back on and everything be back to normal. So I am not a social person. I have a hard time visiting people. If they invite me, I tend to not show up. It's just, that's how I am. Even when I went to visit my mother years ago, I never stayed long. I'm not a visiting type of person. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't generally engage with people. I'll say hi to people on the street, no big deal. If they want to talk to me, I'll stop and talk to them for a bit. But basically, when I go out to do my thing. I'm kind of in my own world when I'm out driving around. I'll stop for breaks now and then in quiet places. And I just generally don't bother with people. I am solitary. I used to live on my own. I wish I could go back to that. I really do. I just enjoy being on my own. And the same thing in the house. Basically, the only time I really leave my room is to go make a coffee. And while the washroom breaks are kind of combined with that, I put my coffee in the microwave and I use the washroom while I'm waiting for that. So that's generally, the only time I really go out. It's just the way I am. That's the way I've always been. And YouTube takes up most of my activities. I barely have any free time. I don't do anything else. Basically what my routine is, I wake up, I have 5 alarms, 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I wake up for one of those. I come out here, I go do my thing, and then I go back inside, and I try at the latest 5 o'clock to start my search for daily news and videos, create a playlist, and then I watch them. And that generally takes me up to midnight. By the time that's done, because it takes me an hour or two just to search. And then there are some videos that I watch that are a couple hours. Thankfully those don't happen every day, but I do get some longer ones in there. Yeah, like I say, it takes me up to about midnight. And at that point, I start working on one of my videos to upload to YouTube. I get that complete, and then I start the render process, and I go to bed. And that can be anywhere from 2 to 6 a.m. So that's my day. And then I sleep from then, assuming I can sleep. That's how my day goes. There's no room for anything. So regarding Facebook, the only reason I created my latest Facebook profile is when YouTube changed or Google actually changed the requirements for AdSense. And I created my Facebook page or profile, just to gain exposure for my YouTube channel, just to bring it up to the new standards that they required to monetize my videos. That was why I created it. There have been many times when I've considered stopping YouTube. I think I've talked about that before. And even just recently, because right now I'm barely having the time to do the things that I need to do. I've considered that a couple times, but the truth is, when I stop creating videos, which I've done a couple times, taking a break, I can't get away from it. It's part of what I do now, and it's kind of like my retirement project, right? I have to do it, and I can still create videos. There's no big deal, but what's the point of creating them if I'm not showing them, right? So that's not gonna happen. So what I want to do, I want to just concentrate on YouTube. I've reduced the number of sources that I look at daily, which saves a bit of time. But there's just so much going on right now. There's so much news, and a lot of it needs to be deciphered. So, background research and stuff, it takes a while. So, with the warmer weather coming, I'm gonna be out more. When I go out, I'm gonna be staying out longer. So I still need to reduce more. So again, regarding Facebook, I get notifications from Facebook like 20 times a day, and somebody's posted this, somebody's posted that, new friend suggestions. I get friend requests from these porn channels that absolutely drive me insane. Not interested in that garbage. That's a good way to get blocked. I get those on YouTube as well, by the way. Sometimes you might see them before I get a chance to remove them from the comments. No place in my life for that crap on YouTube, especially. They get deleted pretty quick and the user gets blocked. I'm not a fan of spamming as it is, but this smut crap, sorry, no place for that. Anybody who spams, the comment gets removed, but it's the porn ones that get blocked. So I get a lot of that crap, and it's constant notifications all day, and I don't know if one's important or not. I have two sisters that are on Facebook, and I use that for communication with them, but the truth is, we text each other anyways, so, it's not necessary. I don't have time for conversations with people. I get somebody that will befriend me, and we'll have a conversation right at the start, kind of like an introductory, like how you doing type things, and, how are things going, and then that's it. And then, we just share a post now and then or whatever. But right now, I'm not having the time. And I don't know if you've noticed recently, but it's taken me a long time just to respond to my YouTube comments. I talked about that recently, but that's, right now I just want to concentrate on YouTube. So I put all my energy into that and get everything else out of my life. As far as security goes, it's another good reason to get rid of Facebook. I've mentioned before about Instagram. The only reason I started an Instagram account, I think it was to share something with Cody. I kind of thought about that. I know there was a reason for it, one specific reason. I think that's what it was. It was to share something with Cody, a picture or something, or the other way around. I don't remember. But with the recent announcement thing that if you look in their terms of service, if you use their app, you're giving them permission to access any file in your device whatsoever. So if they're gone, being owned by Facebook, I'm assuming Facebook's the same. So I can't keep them out of my computer. I updated my phone number. There's a reason I had to change that. And I never gave it to them. I never updated my phone number on Facebook, but they got it anyways. Probably because they're in my device, right? Because I use it whether I'm on my phone or in my computer. So I don't bother looking at their terms of service because it changes so often, and it's so long and it's so vague. It doesn't give you specifics. It can mean anything. But how many times has he, sold us out, sold our private information details, and then when he gets caught, oops, and then does it again. Nothing ever, I got no use for that crap. But I got to get rid of Facebook. There's so many reasons why. And to give you an example of how they're in my devices, have you ever watched a show called Criminal Minds? No. I think usually they're showing a scene when they're in their jet or something, and then one of them will say a quote. Well, one of those quotes I liked, and I wanted to remember it. I was laying in bed at the time. This is when I was in Hanover. I was laying in bed at the time, and I didn't have anything to write with, so I just kind of sent it as a text to myself, or text it and sent the text to my email, something like that. Either way, I sent it to myself, and that was that. And next time I was on Facebook, I noticed that that text that I had sent to myself was now an updated status on my Facebook. It had nothing to do with Facebook. I didn't have Facebook open at the time. I wasn't using it. So that's proof that they were in my phone, right? There's no other excuse for it. They're monitoring my email, my text, whatever. No. So that's what kind of did it for me. That's when I left Facebook the first time. I didn't leave. They kicked me off because I wasn't using my real name, and I refused to use my real name. I explained that already. Yeah, I said, well, screw you. So I just had no use for Facebook. And then this thing with YouTube happened, and that's why I went back. That's the only reason I went back to Facebook. And I don't need that anymore. So Facebook's gotta go. It sucks for those that I do communicate with on there. But most of the people that I communicate on there came from YouTube anyway, so But like I say, I don't have the time. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. That pretty much sums it up. It all comes down to time. I gotta get rid of stuff that's not 100% necessary in my life. And there are people that are suggesting other social media platforms. It's like, no, it's not just Facebook itself. It's like switching to another one is just transferring the problem. No, it's the time that I don't have. It's the time to deal with everything that's going on right now. Because there's other stuff in the house that I still haven't got to. Since early winter that I haven't had a chance to. Just dealing with all this snow that came all at once, it wore me out. And I still haven't recovered from that, so. I'm losing my voice today. So it kind of looked like the sun was going to come out, but it went away again. And I've been hearing red-winged blackbirds. I'm kind of hoping to see one of those when I'm out today. Those are wetland birds. They show up in the springtime. Once they show up, I know spring's here. It doesn't mean winter's over. it's still March. We can still get, you know, another good snowstorm or two. But I guess I don't really have anything else to say. I guess that's it. So I'm gonna go out for a short tour today. I'm just gonna go to the post office and Timmy's. Unless something happens, I'm not gonna bother showing it. And I'm gonna end up doing cookie cutter videos again, same thing over and over and over, which is not exactly what I enjoy doing. So, but tomorrow, assuming everything works out and I do my longer trip, I'll be showing that for sure. I guess that's it. So, if I don't come back, I might talk again when I come back. I don't know yet. But if we don't, then I guess that's it for this one. So thanks for watching.